Welcome everyone. Last class we have seen how to name the living organism. Basically we have seen how to name the living organism and which system of naming we are following. We are following binomial nomenclature. Now in this class we will see the different taxonomic categories. Taxonomic categories. Here the system, here what we first will see this, what do you mean by the word systematics. Here systematics is a study of different kinds of organism. Systematics is a study of different kinds of organisms, their diversities and the relationship among them. Here we have already already said that we live in a very diverse world. We have very different kinds of variety of living organisms, and here so we need to study each and that is all the living organisms. So study systematic study of all the different kinds of organisms and their diversities, how they are different from each other, okay, and the relationship among them. So how what are the different types of living organisms, and we have that is studying about those differences, and even in the difference, even with the differences, what is their interrelationship among themselves, how they are interrelated, how they are helping each other, how that is everything about them. So that systematic study is called as what? Systematics. Here now we have studied, we know that we have various different types of living organisms, and it is impossible to study all the living organisms. So we need to what we can say, we need to devise a method so that we can study about all the living organism. There should be a mean so that we can know how to study about all the different living organisms. So in order to study the different living organisms, that is the process by which we can study about all the different living organisms. So there is, how can we study? By grouping them, by grouping the living organisms into different groups, classifying the living organisms into different groups. So here classification. So classification is nothing but grouping of organisms into different categories. So how can we study all the different living organisms? By grouping them, by making that is different groups, by separating them into separate different groups. Based on what? How we are separating them into different groups, how we are making classifying them into different groups? Based on the similarities. Based on the similarities, we are classifying the living organisms or grouping living organisms into different groups or categories. So such process is called as here classification, that is grouping of organisms. So when we group them, when we classify them, it becomes easier to study all the living organisms. And the science which deals with the classification, that is called as taxonomy. The science which deals with the study of classification, how to classify them, how to group them and all. So that is called as what? Taxonomy. Taxonomy is nothing but science which deals with the study of classification. Okay. Now we will see, that is taxonomic categories, that is grouping the living organisms into different categories. Just now we said classifying the living organisms or grouping the different living organisms into different categories. So here now that is taxonomic category, the definition to it, the taxonomic category is nothing but, this taxonomic category is a term given to a label, For example, that is, we classify the organisms, broader classification I am saying. When we broadly classify, we classify them into plants and animals. We classify them into plants and animals. So here now the plant is one category, animal is one category, that is classifying the living organisms into two broader groups, that is plants into one group, all green structures into one group, and all the moving structures, that is animals, into another group. Okay, so that now in order, that is, we can give a specific term to that category. We are saying that we are grouping the organisms into different categories. So instead of saying categories, we have a term that is called as taxon. That term is called as taxon. So we can even say taxonomic category, or we can even say it as taxon. Plant is one taxon, animal is one taxon. Plant is one category, animal is one category. So the technical term for the category, for that group, is taxon. The technical term which we use for the categories is taxon. Now we will study, that is how, for example, plant is a taxon, wheat is a taxon, rice is a taxon, rice is one taxon, plant is one taxon, wheat is one taxon, rice is one taxon, cat is one taxon, dog is one taxon, one group of organism, dog is one group of organism, that is one taxon, cow is one group of organism, that is one taxon. So now, but all of them represent at a different level. Okay, cat is also a taxon, mammalia is also a taxon, but cat and mammalia are at a different level, at different ranks. So now we will see how to place them, that is, we will see the taxonomic hierarchy, that is the arrangement of organisms into different ranks. What we see? Now we will see taxonomic hierarchy. We will see taxonomic hierarchy. Hierarchy is nothing but arrangement of organisms. Arrangement of organisms into different taxons. Arrangement of organisms into different taxons or categories based, that is, into an ascending series. Into an ascending series. That is from smaller to larger ones, smaller to broader ones. So how we will categorize these taxons or the organisms into different ranks. Okay, so today we will be seeing that. So we have different taxonomic categories. So all these taxonomic categories together represents taxonomic hierarchy. Hierarchy is nothing but different placing the organisms into different ranks. That is, placing the different group. For example, the species, this is one taxon. Genus, this is one taxon. Family, this is one taxon. Order, one taxon. Class, one taxon. Phylum or division, one taxon. So all these taxons, but they are arranged in the ascending order, in a label, or in a, that is in a label. So this label, these, that is species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, all these are the taxons. All these are the taxons, and these taxons are arranged in the ascending order. So this arrangement of all the taxons is called as taxonomic hierarchy. Got it now? Organisms, in order to study the diverse diverse organisms present around us, we will be classifying them into different groups. That is called as that classification. That is called as classification. And so now to each group we have one specific term. For each group we have one specific term, and that term is called as taxon. And all those taxons are arranged in ascending order. Okay, and that arrangement of ascending order from smaller to broader divisions. So that is called as taxonomic hierarchy. Organisms into different groups, that is taxon, and arrangement of these different groups is the taxonomic hierarchy. Now let us study in detail about these various taxons. Now the first one and the smallest one is the species. So what is a species? What is a species? We'll go from the bottom, that are smaller ones. Okay, species are the group of organisms which are closely related to each other and interbreed and produce offsprings. So now what are species? This is the smallest level, this is the smallest level. So the definition of species are the group of organisms which are closely related to each other and interbreed in the sense they can similar organisms which can interbreed in the sense reproduce, and which can undergo the process of reproduction. And after that is they will be producing the offsprings. So for example, cat is one species. So two cats, two cats, they are of the same species. So they will interbreed in the sense they will perform the process of reproduction, and they will be producing offsprings, that is new cat. So all the cats together are called as one species. So species are nothing but group of organisms which are closely related. So all human beings are one species because we are closely related. Almost all human beings are, with exceptions of different characteristics, difference in the characteristics, but all of us, we have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 hands, 2 legs. Our body structure is almost similar. So those group of closely related organisms are called as species. Okay. So now this is the starting. Here the similarities will be more. Here in this the similarities are more similar. In species we find more similarities. So once again, species are the group of organisms which are closely related to each other. Like here, cat is one species, dog is one species. Cat and dog cannot interbreed. Okay, cats can interbreed with, one cat can interbreed with another cat. One dog can interbreed with another dog. Okay, horse can interbreed only with horse. So group of closely related organisms which interbreed and they produce offspring. So such ones are called as the species. Now this next category. After species, the next category is, so now species, that is Panthera tigris. This is the name of, this is the scientific name of tiger. Here, Mangifera indica, mango, scientific name of mango. This is the Homo sapiens, human beings. Human beings is one species, mango is one species, tiger is one species. So tiger and tiger interbreed and produce organisms. Human beings, one human being and another, that is male and female, interbreed and they will be producing living, or that is new, the younger ones. So species. Now after species, the next category or the next taxon is the genus. Genus is nothing but group, that is similar group of similar species. For example, I'll give you an example, for the clear understanding, I'll give you an example of animals. So Panthera tigris, this is tiger. This is Panthera leo, this is lion, scientific name for lion. Panthera pandus, leopard. Leopard is one species, lion is another species, tiger is another species. Okay, tiger is one species, lion is one species, leopard is one species. Okay, but there are certain similarities between tiger, lion and leopard. They have certain similarities. Species are different. Tiger is one different species, lion is one different species, leopard is one different species. But all of these different species, they have certain similarities among them. So based on those similarities, now this one species, then another species, all these species are together placed under one group, that is called as what? Genus, Panthera. All of them are placed under one genus and that genus is Panthera. Understood now? Species, closely related organisms which can interbreed, and the species, that is group of similar species, is together grouped under genus. Genus is nothing but group of similar species. So all this tiger, lion and leopard, different species based on their similarities, has been placed into one genus and that genus is Panthera. Now the next is family. The next taxon is family. Now family is nothing but group of similar genera. Genus is singular, genera is plural. So group of similar genera are placed under family. For example, Panthera is one genus, Felis is another genus. So now this Panthera is a genus because lion, tiger, leopard, all these are wild animals. All these are wild animals. Okay, all those are wild animals, all of them. And this Felis is domestic cats. These are the wild cats and these are the domestic cats. So all those panther, that is wild cats and domestic cats. Panthera, all those wild cats, and Felis, domestic cats which we see around us. So even cats are similar, they share similarities with the tiger and lion, leopard. So now group of similar genera, that is they will be placed under one family, that is family Felidae, that is cat family. Cat family, wild cats and domestic cats, both of them based on their similarities. This is one genus, wild cats is one genus, that is Panthera. Felis is one genus, that is domestic cats. So wild cats and domestic cats, both of them are cats, but still with little difference. So all these ones will be placed under one family, that is Felidae. One family, Felidae. So next one, after family, the next class which we have is order. So group of, order is nothing but group of different families. Group of different families. So now Felidae is one family, cat family, that is cat family. Cat family. Now Canidae is another family. This Canidae is a dog family. Canidae is another family, dog family. Okay. So now cat family is different, dog family is different, but still there are certain similarities. There are certain similarities between cat and between dog family. So that is why they are placed, this one family and another family, that is Felidae and Canidae. Both of them are placed under one order. Based on the similarities, they are placed under one order. So now you see, as we are moving from, that is, as we are moving from this in ascending order, the similarities are decreasing. Cat was having more similarity. Now when we went to this one, another one, genus Panthera, like tiger and lion, similarities are there, but less when compared to cat and cat, when compared to tiger and tiger, when compared to lion and lion. But still they have little differences, but still they are similar. That is why they are placed under one, that is genus. Now coming to this family, this is also cat, this is also cat. Okay, all of them are, that is different genus, but still they are they are grouped under one family, that is Felidae, based on the similarities. This is wild cats, this is domestic cats. There is difference, but still they have certain similarities. Now next coming to this Felidae and Canidae. Felidae is one family, Canidae is one family, one different family, but still they have similarities. But here where you will find more similarities, cat and tiger, cat and lion, or cat and dog. As we move in the ascending order, the similarities are decreasing. The similarities are decreasing. Diversity is increasing. Differences are increasing. Here this is cat, this is dog. When we started, it was only cats and cats, tiger and tiger. Now cat and dog. There is more difference between cat and dog. Now after the order, the next one we have is class. The next taxon we have is class. Okay. So now Carnivora and Primata. These are the all carnivorous organisms. So all this Carnivora is one, that is one order, Primata is another order. Okay, there are many differences, but still there are certain similarities in between these. So they all, that is, these different orders, Carnivora, Primata, are placed under one category, that is mammal. This is one class. This Carnivora is one order. Carnivora is one order. Primata is another order. Okay, but based on a little similarities, both of them are placed under one class. That is, all this Carnivora, Primata are placed under one taxon, that is Mammalia. So class is nothing but group of group of, not similar, similar families. Here group of similar order. Class is nothing but group of similar order. Carnivora is one order, Primata is one order. Both of them are placed under one different taxon, that is the class Mammalia. Now coming to this next one. Now after class we have phylum or division. So when we say why this phylum and division too? So for animals we take phylum. For animals we take phylum, and for that is plants we use the word division. Division for plants, phylum for animals. Okay, so as we are talking about the animals, so what I am taking is the word tax, that is taxon, phylum. So phylum is nothing but group of similar class. Group of similar classes, like Mammalia is one class, Ave is one class, Reptile is one class, Amphibia is one class, Pisces is one class. So here, based on the similarities, mammals, all the organisms which can reproduce, that is they can directly give birth to young ones. Okay, this is one different category. This is one aves. All that is the flying organisms are classified under aves. Reptiles, that is the creeping ones, the ones who crawls. The organisms which crawls, all of them are mostly, and which lay eggs, they are placed under reptilia. The next is amphibia. These are the organisms which lives on both land and in water. Land and in water. Next is we have Pisces. All the organisms which lives in water. So all of them are they are categorized under Pisces. This is different totally. All these organisms are living in water. This one, they both live on land as well as in water. These are the crawling creatures. These apes, they live in a completely different atmosphere, that is a different place, that is they'll be flying in the air. And these mammals, are there any similarities? Different groups are there. Mammal is one totally different group, apes is one totally different group, but still they have certain similarities. They have certain similarities. All of them we see here except this reptilia, but based on the other characteristics it is considered under this one phylum one. But mammals, they have backbone. Aves, they also have backbone. One similarity I am showing you. Amphibia, they also have backbone. Frogs, they have backbone. Aves, birds, they have backbone. Mammals, we human beings, cats, dog, all of them have backbone. Pisces, even Pisces will be having the backbone. Okay, so now based on the one similarity, all of them are placed under one group. This is one different. जैसे आप यहाँ cats was having more similarity. Here differences are more and similarities are decreasing, but still we find certain similarity, and based on that similarity we are placing them under one group, that is the phylum. So phylum is nothing but group of similar classes. This is one class, Mammalia is one class, Aves is one class, Reptilia is one class, Amphibia is one class, Pisces is one class. But all these classes, based on the certain similarity, that is based on the presence of backbone, they are included under one phylum. Okay. Now the next one after phylum, the last one is the kingdom. This is the last taxon in taxonomic hierarchy. The last one is the kingdom. In kingdom, Chordata, all these belong, this Mammalia, all this belong to one phylum, that is Chordata. That is aves, mammals, aves, reptiles, amphibians and Pisces. they all belong to one phylum, and that phylum is the Chordata. That phylum is Chordata. Now the next one is the kingdom. So Chordata, like Chordata is one phylum, Echinodermata is one phylum, Mollusca is one phylum, and here Arthropoda, Annelida, all these are different phylums. All these different phylums will be placed in one kingdom, that is kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. So now we see, as we move from species to kingdom in ascending order, here there will be similarities will be more. When we go to genus, less similarities will be there. When we go to family, move to family, even more less. When we move to order, even more less similarities. So diversity will be increasing and similarities will be decreasing. So here more similar group, and here I can write more diverse group. More diverse group. So as we move from species to kingdom, that is in ascending order, similarities decreases and differences increases. But even when differences increases due to little similarities, they will be placed under one category, and the term which we use for category is taxon. Species, one taxon; genus, one taxon; family, one taxon; order, one taxon, and this arrangement of these taxons in an order, in an increasing order or in an increasing rank, this is called as taxonomic hierarchy. So now in this class we have seen how to study different organisms, that is by classifying them into different taxons, and those taxons are arranged in a order. Those taxons are arranged in a order. That order is called as taxonomic hierarchy, and the species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division and kingdom, these are the components of taxonomic hierarchy. Okay, and we have also seen we have seen all this in detail. What is species, what is genus, what is family, what is order, everything. So now we have completed this taxonomic hierarchy. Now in the next class we will see various devices by which we will be able to study various taxonomic aids by which we can study the different types of living organisms.